fully vibrating.
It just is what it is.
Rennie, don't even start it.
What?
She's sitting there chirping. It's like, how does she know we go live?
I hear her.
She hasn't chirped all day. What's up, guys? Replay gang. We'll get started here in a minute. Everybody, I don't know why. Well, I know why. The camera is probably vibrating. Hey, Trucker John, what's up? JDQ, what's going on? RN, Joe Campa. Yeah, the camera is probably vibrating. Always catch your replays. First time being here live. Nice. Welcome to the actual lives. Headed to PA from Laredo, going through Dallas. So you are down there where it's probably even hotter than where we are. What's shaking? Yeah, we're idling, so the phone is vibrating. So the whole truck.
Done. I'm officially off the clock.
Twisted Big D, man, I did a Twisted Big D. I filmed a video this morning at Prime, and I don't know how you'd spend all that time on the pad in the middle of the day in this shit right now. I'd be out there in the middle of the night, bro. I know you gotta get some daytime on the pad too, but man, I don't know how you do that shit.
No, the APU's not broke. It's just hot as balls.
Yeah, when it's 110 degrees, forget the APU.
Just like when it's negative 33. It doesn't help either. It does have its threshold of when it's useful.
Well, Craig, yeah, we were talking about that in our video earlier. It says it's 94 where we are in the weather app, but the truck's showing 105, and I'm telling you, it showed 110 at like 30 minutes ago. When the sun involved, it is freaking hot. Graboid, what's going on? Craig's only 90, yeah. Johnson's Logic, what up?
Nice to have you here, Ross.
Twisted Big D, it's hard, but your students need work. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what, Twisted Big D, I don't know if you were out there, but at like 3 o'clock this morning, there were 3 trucks and probably 5 students out there working. At 3 o'clock this morning, trying to hold my phone so it doesn't vibrate.
That's always something that makes us smile, because we were out there in the middle of the night and early in the morning and just getting it done.
Yeah, like I said in the video that I filmed, Jenna did probably 10 hours of pad time in the middle of the night.
Makes it really hard to see sometimes.
It does make it hard to see, but when she finally got some pad time during the daytime, after all that time at night, she was rock and roll, because she had learned to do all those
night and day difference.
She learned all those maneuvers with barely being able to see the cone. So when she could see the cone, she aced it.
Like
we are in
foggy, misty, cold.
We're in Denton, Texas. See, I told you. She does it when we're live.
You're such a butthole. Okay, and here's the thing. So there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. She has gone OUT. She had rotisserie chicken from Boston Market for dinner.
This dog is quiet literally all day. If we go, like, I can sit here and make a regular video for YouTube that's not live, not a peep. But if I go live, she just loses her mind. We're in Denton, Texas, just north of.
Would you like to sit in a chair?
Okay, we gotta get control of this.
I'm trying.
Denton, Texas, just north of Dallas.
You're psycho. You are psycho.
we have been, now that we're not loaded, I can talk about a little bit of, not too many details, but I'll just tell you, we've been on the high val circuit for the last 2 weeks. And that's why the last week or so, I haven't really been able to say where we are when we're there. But we've been running pretty much nothing but high vals. Let's see. Person will have heat stroke and heat on that pad. Yeah, Steven Tucker, it's freaking hot as hell out there.
We'll try this.
Too many no, because you're pushing my chair now. Too many students cry about not being able to see. Do they really? Well, there were students out there at 3 o'clock this morning, and I was like, good on them. That's smart. You get any pad you want, any trailer you want. There's a puppy, Joe Gampa. She's being a mega bish because we went live. She wants a chair. Yeah, exactly. See, she's not crying now.
Ross, we understand. Sometimes you gotta keep it close to the chest.
I haven't played my cards right. What was the question? What was the question?
Somebody was asking, I guess, what he's up to or something.
Oh. Well.
And if he's done teasing everybody, and he says no way.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber, man. He's got to build buzz. And right now, he's probably busy getting buzzed. She wanted in a live video, yeah. Yeah. Taking FedEx to Cali? F no. We would not take any load to Cali. Yeah, we turned down a FedEx load tonight. We turned down a FedEx load from Dallas to Newark, New Jersey.
Well, I'm just going to sit back here and holler at you since she's taken over.
Okay. Remy's literally shoved Jenna out of the cab area and into the sleeper. Just drove up from Houston yesterday, sitting in Oasis. So the reason we turn down FedEx loads often, Prime Trucker Rob, but it worked out better though, and it always does. Now we take FedEx loads often too. In fact, the majority of our loads are probably FedEx and high vals. But we're not afraid to say no to a FedEx load, and it worked out for us tonight. It worked out a lot better for us. The reason we didn't take that FedEx load is we just ran our asses off for the last since the video when we took a break for a few hours. These loads we've been on the last 3 days, we couldn't stop. We just, ran our asses off, and they have some. I don't want to talk about the procedures. I'll just say there's a lot of extra procedures.
It doesn't affect you.
Jenna does all of them, but it's just a pain in the butt. It's just a pain in the butt, but they pay well. All these loads have been like $3 a mile. The reason we didn't take the FedEx load is because we would have immediately had to turn around. And you guys know, in the part of we're actually north of probably more north of Fort Worth, but there's not really washouts or anything like that. You got to come up all the way up here to Denton to get a washout, and the turnaround to get to that FedEx load would have meant that we were thrown right back into having to run 1,700 miles with like 2 extra hours on the time that they gave us, and that was just like, no.
Dude, Trevor, no. Trevor says I was in Arlington, Fort Worth, beginning of the week, and had to untarp and tarp on Monday.
Yeah, no.
That's
No.
The fuel island you were talking to.
Every load is a high val load. Well, not the load the second load we rejected was not a high val load. The second load we rejected was, they tried to get us to go to Liberal, Kansas from Dallas. So a couple weeks ago, I did a video about how there's a technicality on when they say that lease drivers are paid for deadhead miles. We are not paid for deadhead miles. The technicality is they'll just say, instead of getting the $2 a mile that we booked the load for, you're getting $1.50 a mile because you're deadhead. So you're getting paid all the miles. That's the technicality. Well, this load out of Liberal, Kansas, we know for a fact pays $2 a mile. It would pay the exact same if we were in Liberal, Kansas, that it paid for us to deadhead 500 miles to get it. So with the 500 miles deadhead, it would end up being like $1.50 a mile. No, I'm not going to deadhead 500 miles to Liberal, Kansas for a heavy ass meat load that's probably going to take forever to be ready for $1.50 a mile. Going to Georgia, no. So say no to FedEx, say no to 500 mile deadhead. Then they booked us on a $2 a mile load to Denver, which I was really excited about because it's 8 miles away. And it canceled. So we started getting frustrated. We're like, you know what, F it, we're just gonna go park, set my PTA for 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll pull up load choice. And our fleet manager came through and got us a $2.10 per mile dry load of like socks and t-shirts and shit from 20 miles from where we're at that goes up to Denver to that Walmart up there. So I'm very excited about that. I would much rather deadhead to Dodge City or Liberal from Denver than I would from Dallas. Barely see these comments. Finish your home time. Take heat over cold any day. No, not me, Junior. Not me. I'll take anything above 10 degrees. I will take over anything over 100 degrees. Actually, anything over 20 degrees. Because over 20 degrees, we can keep the truck comfortably warm. And you can wear enough clothing to be somewhat comfortable outside as long as it's not howling wind. But in this temperature right now, you cannot escape the wrath. There's nothing you can do to escape the wrath. That's why we're idling right now. What part of Texas? We're in Denton right now. Northeast Dallas. Yeah. So anyway, my whole point in talking about the loads is it ended up working out really well for us because we have 5,000 in revenue gross right now. It's Friday. This load that we're picking up, drop and hook dry, is $1,800, and we can drop it off in Denver whenever we want over the next 3 days. So probably haul it up there and drop it off super early on Sunday morning because we can't pick this load up until tomorrow morning. And then get on load choice and get a meat load out of Kansas. That's what we're hoping to do because the cargo out of, maybe one of you guys know, I think the cargo out of Dodge City pays almost $3,000 a PA. I think so. That would put us at almost $10,000 on this week with relatively low miles. We've only run 1,600 miles so far, and then we'll have around 800 miles tomorrow and tomorrow night, and then I can't remember how far that PA run is. Dallas, saying all my old friends from back when I lived there want me to visit. Man, you know, we would actually, there's parts of Dallas we'd love to live in. We were actually talking about that earlier. But it's just this heat. This heat is just something else, man. How's the pup doing? She actually does well in it. We just try. Her thing is she doesn't like the concrete burning her feet. Yeah, Jenna's right. She does not want to be out that much. Yeah, Remy actually, if we go out and take her for a little walk in the grass or something, she finds the shade. And she'll just hang out in the shade. Yeah, Texas really. And up here, a little bit east of here, north of Dallas, man, that area is just booming. You know, when you're cutting across to 35, I can't remember the name of that. What's it toll? It's a Sam. What's the name of that tollway? One of you guys know, I know. Sam something tollway. All along that corridor, working your way over here to 35, Rayburn. Yeah, there you go. Sam Rayburn tollway. Man, it is nice throughout there. It is booming. They're building like crazy. Rayburn, yeah. Really nice area through there. Sam Houston's in Houston, isn't it? That's the name of the Houston tollway, I think. She long hair. She's not. She's what?
Short.
Yeah, she's short hair.
Flat coat.
Flat coat, Jenna says.
Not
That-
fresh.
Dallas is the best city. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dallas. I have a Texas CDL. My residency is in Livingston, Texas. Buy land outside Austin. Which, by the way, we have a storage unit in San Antonio, Texas, which we really need to go get our shit out of. And we were gonna go next month when we get our truck. But the thing is, when you drive for a living, the last thing you want to do when you go to Springfield to take some time off is drive all the way to San Antonio and back. Hopefully the Earth gets closer to the sun, so there's less winter. Junior. So Junior wants no winter and no Peterbilts in existence. That's funny. That's funny right there. And Texas is governor. Now, some of you may not agree with this. You know, we don't all have to agree on everything. That's cool, right? But Texas's governor just signed constitutional carry yesterday. So now Texas is even more of a go-to for me. So there's constitutional carry and no state income tax.
Ross is giving me shit for my legs.
Your legs. No. Conroe. No, I'm trying to hold its phone because it just vibrates. Florida Life. House in Big Spring. The seat won't cover the ankles, my friend. A for effort. Which model? Come on, man. Peterbilts are the best. Oh, that reminds me, you guys.
Crabberbilts are the best.
Crabberbilts. That reminds me. So I was at Prime this morning for a couple hours, took a shower and nap. And I walked around the whole damn lot, and I saw about 5 brand new Peterbilts of this model. The old model still had the names up in the windshield and everything, so those trucks just got there. And there still are not any of the new model Peterbilts. So I'm pretty sure that the batch of trucks that ours comes in is going to be the first new models that show up there. Maybe one of you guys know of another newer body style that's come to Prime. I have still not seen one. I've still not seen one at Prime. The front air ride suspension on these Freightliners really make a huge difference. Yeah, they. I didn't order that on my Freightliner. Our Freightliner that comes in September. But one thing I will do for my Freightliner probably is replace the shocks on those things.
Not true, Junior. Not true.
The only thing changing on a 22 are the cup holders. Not that that's not true, Junior. The body is a big body style change. Big body style change. The whole hood is different. The grill's different. The grill's smaller.
The headlights are different.
Headlights are different. You can still get a 2022 that is just like the 2021, and those are still arriving. But my truck is the, I think they told us we're the 18th truck that Prime will have of the new body style. So we're really excited about it. Getting a family pool. Yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about if we got a place in Texas, we have to have a pool. We would have to have a swimming pool for sure. Trying to hold us to keep the. Is the cab sleeper bigger on the newer model Peterbilts? I don't think so. I don't think anything's changed in the sleeper. But with the new the new improvements that they made to the hood and the grill and all that, and they've re-engineered the gear ratio and all that. It's supposed to be improving fuel efficiency by 7%, they claim, on the Peterbilt. So you have a few body style changes with the hood, headlights, all that. There's an all digital dash that's coming with it, and the cup holders are actually useful. Yeah, I think, yeah, frosted flake. Yeah, I think everything's the same in a sleeper. Which we're a little bit bummed about the fridge in Peterbilt. It seems sometimes Peterbilt takes a long time. I mean, like a decade before it finally listens to drivers on certain things. There is no reason to not be able to, shorten that cabinet above the refrigerator so that you can put a bigger refrigerator underneath it. This has been a complaint everybody's making for years and years and years, and Peterbilt comes out with a new body style for 2022 and does nothing about the refrigerator size. DC, yeah, more dynamic, yeah, aerodynamic. CPAP recall, I have no idea. I don't use the CPAP. I have no idea what to think of it. I'm familiar with it, I just don't know what to think of it. I don't use the CPAP. It was a little bit trippy. It's like, hey, this thing is going to help save your life, and then an announcement comes out that, hey, this thing may be killing you. Can't you take the cabinet out and put in a bigger fridge? Yeah, but I don't want to lose the whole cabinet. That's the problem. We don't want to lose the whole cabinet. I mean, we use the shit out of that cabinet space. And the space up on top of it. I don't want to take out the whole cabinet. The cabinet's just too damn big. Well, I wouldn't say it's too big, but
It would be nice if they figured out a way to make the fridge bigger and still give you the cabinet size.
you know what I wish they would do? And since we're now buying our trucks, I've thought about talking to someone about this. What I wish they would do is build a shelving system over on the passenger side at the end of the bed, where your feet can go underneath it, so it's got like a space underneath it, but then it's got some drawers and shelves above where your feet would be. I wish they would do that. I don't know if someone could build that for me, or maybe a carpenter or something, but that would be really nice. Strap it on catwalk. This leads to West Side. The newer model Peterbilts come standard with a flow below and it drives. I don't know. I asked Success Leasing that last time I talked to them, and they weren't really certain on what all Peterbilt's including. So there's a big upgrade to the headlights. The headlights are badass. They're not those $300 headlight HID headlights you used to be able to upgrade to. Now they're like a $700 like legit ass. I forget what they're called. Heathens Trucking knows what they are. Ton of waste of space on the driver's side cabinets and the sleeper. Yeah. Modular system, yes. Graboid, yes. That's kind of what I'm talking about a little bit. You could do that with the cabinet area, but yeah, if you had a modular system down there at the end of the bed, because you've got like 4 feet from the bed to the top bed, and your feet at the end of the bed only need, you know, 1.5 feet of space. So there's like all that space over there where your head is never at. Now some people put a TV down there, so it might change that, but we don't have a TV. Oh, Liz, is that what Matt wants to? Ooh, you guys got to YouTube that. If Matt builds something like that, YouTube that, and then tell him that we would like to pay him to build ours. $2022 oh yeah, prime, yeah, 700 light until you hit a deer. I don't care. I need better headlights than what I got right now. Hey, I hit a deer a few weeks ago and didn't do a damn thing to my truck. It has been a while since I've caught one of your lives. Are you guys busy out there on the road? How's the freight and freight prices? Freight rates are superb. I think our average probably now, it was at $2.07 as of like 2 months ago. Our average rate per mile now is probably more in the $2.60 range year to date. There's no money out here, Junior says. Well, no, let me rephrase. Our average is probably $2.60 over the last 2 months. You see how the new Kenworth T680 looks like? No, I didn't. But do you notice how the new Peterbilt body is looking more like an older Kenworth? You have the new LED headlights. Nice. Yeah, so anyway, freight rates are really good. I mean, even that meat load we said no to would have paid $2 a mile if we weren't 500 miles away. So that's why we didn't take it. I'm not going to deadhead 500 miles to get a $2 a mile load that becomes $1.50 because of the deadhead. I wonder one more refrigerator. Yeah, I did hit a deer. I have a video about it. A few weeks ago, I hit a deer. Didn't do a damn thing to the truck. It hit the corner of the deer guard. Ever since lumber shortage, my average is about $2.80 a mile. Yeah. That's what I'm talking. We've been running $3 a mile very frequently in the last couple weeks. Poverty juice, and it's even about 20% higher. Liz, oh, is it really? Orange juice is going up 20%? Is it really? I wonder if that's inflation. That's interesting. Oh, I heard you guys, I saw you guys We're live loaded at Tropicana. Jen and I have been live loaded there before. We had to back into this, like, there's a ceiling over you. You back into this underneath the building or something. It's weird. No, it didn't damage the deer guard at all, DC. It did not even a scratch, nothing. Pretty sure Nicky Yost is still at Prime. Another thing I'll bring up with you guys, and I'm going to get out of here soon because I'm going to go get some sleep before I go get this load here later. Finally getting a truck washed, by the way, tonight. There's a Blue Beacon across the street. But I'm seeing some new students out there in social media complaining that they're having to double up in the hotels now, which cracks me up. It's like, man, it's the way it always was. And I think part of it is that they've seen people on YouTube over the last year, you know, doing YouTube videos from like their own room at the Oasis during orientation. So they get here this week and they're like, WTF. It's like, dude, that's what it... I had a roommate at Prime during my orientation. Still talk to him every once in a while. Got loaded on the open air docks, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's rare to get live loaded at Tropicana, but it does happen. Let's see, I hit a deer last week, bent my deer guard, busted my headlight and fog light, and at the meeting this morning, a student was complaining about having roommates. Oh, were they in the meeting? I didn't watch the full meeting. The only part of the meeting that I watched was the part where my former fleet manager talked, Chris Martin, because I just wanted to see him talk. And then, of course, I texted him about an issue with a student that he needed to be aware of. That was the young lady this morning at the safety meeting complaining. So someone really complained about it at the safety meeting? Oh my God.
Complain about what?
Having to have roommates.
Snowflakes.
I did not see that part of the, that's crazy. I mean, no offense to whoever it was who asked the question or made the complaint, because I don't know the context of it, I haven't seen it. But that's the way it's always been, except for the last year. It's always been roommates for orientation. And if you can't handle having a roommate in an entire hotel room with 2 full beds
And
a bathroom with a shower,
then what are you gonna do teaming in a truck?
how
with a
the
stranger?
unholy F are you gonna live in a walk-in closet that moves 65 miles an hour? Worried about COVID. Man, you're about to get in a truck with you're about to go touch a fuel pump that 1,000 other people touched all day long. And you're going to touch one every day.
That's what she said.
I was there at the meeting but left because I got to load out. Nice. Had to do more with COVID situation. Okay, yeah, so that's what I was saying. I don't know the context. Yeah, so that's a little bit different of a question. I'm seeing people on social media complain about just having to share the room. Someone being concerned about COVID is a little bit different of a context. Although still, you're about to get in a truck with somebody, you know, so I don't know. It's a little bit of a weird complaint to me. 64.5 for the Freightliners. Yeah, Liz, that's true. One night, I had Jenna cracking up.
Oh God.
How long did it take me to catch that Freightliner?
Like 10 miles.
It was more than 10 miles. It's probably like
But you
one
were
night,
gonna get him.
a
You were
prime
gonna let it go.
Freightliner that was speeding in a construction zone. I was doing 65 and there's a construction zone. It was 55, so I slowed down to 55. And this prime Freightliner blew by me in the construction zone. And I was like, oh, hell no. So we get out of construction zone. I chase that mofo.
Eric was like, I have a particular set of skills. It's that I have patience, and I will go for 10 miles just to pass you again to get that half
It was more
mile
than
an
10
hour
miles.
back.
It was like 20 minutes.
I don't
And
know.
I had my foot on the pedal. And there was no other traffic. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. No other traffic. And I finally caught him. And I know that he had his foot on, he or she had their foot on the pedal too. Because they're like, that effing prime Peterbilt.
You can't win.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch me. Oh, I did.
So Eric's like, I have a particular set of skills, and they're like, you shall not pass.
No, I won that
Slow
shit.
speed drag race.
I'll tell you though, passing that truck was like slow motion though. Because I only had I probably had it like more of a mile faster, but it was just enough to like slowly creep past. Now, if there was a super truck that came around a corner behind me, he would have been livid. But yes, Peterbilts can catch up to any prime Freightliner. Now, I wasn't heavy either, and it wasn't mountainous. So there's other variables that play into that. But in that particular instance, that prime Freightliner was doing everything they could to keep me from catching up. And I was like, yeah, you can blow past me in a construction zone, but when you get out here in open space, I'm gonna get you. And I did. Sean picking up a new Peterbilt. So do you have the new body style, Sean? Because I saw a bunch of brand new Peterbilts that are still the 21 body style. I used to hate it so much. How are they going 66? Before I got my new truck, had to get a loaner. They forgot to govern it. It was awesome. In the mountains, it's 74. Yeah. I did 74 the other day.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Nothing illegal about going 74. I wouldn't recommend it too often. But I did.
Ryan.
If you get to pass someone in a prime truck, that other guy needs to ride the shoulder. There's some wild Freightliners that can definitely go faster. For the most part, 64.5, yeah. Our Freightliner would only do 64. And the speedometer would say 65. I don't know how that's legal. The speedometer would say 65, but both GPSs would say 64. And I could never pass anyone who was doing 65 or catch up to them. Go work on a boat where you could have 4 roommates at one time. I have worked on a boat. I lived on a ship for 6 months. I was on a ship on 9/11, 2001. Passing other trucks going 73 in a government prime truck was awesome. Great, now I need to test the 65. Yeah, most prime Freightliners are going to be at 64 or 64.5. Ours would only do 64. And we would get passed by prime Peterbilts. And of course, in a Freightliner, you got radar, so you can see how fast they're going. Well, a Peterbilt would get past me, and my radar would show them doing 65, but they're slowly getting away from me, and my speedometer is saying 65. So it's like, what WTF, you know? Carolina, I'm late for the live. You and Jenna enjoyed first day at home after 5 weeks out. Nice. Mine does 61 according to GPS. Is that a company truck? A woman from Success Leasing told you it was the new body style. Okay, so that may be Sean, if that's a new body style, you may have like one of the first couple trucks. Because like I said earlier, I saw 5 brand new Peterbilts sitting there at 3 o'clock this morning that were still the old style. And we were told we were the 18th truck with the new body style. And ours is July 7th. That's why the construction sign says you're going 64. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that. So you're saying the radar signs show you at 64 too. Yeah, I don't know how that's legal that a truck speedometer can tell you, say you're going 65 when you're not actually going 65. Better that way than the other way around, I suppose. Tread depth helps the speed of the truck at the top speed. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting on the sun to creep down over this truck next to me so I can switch the APU. 41 minutes, guys. Let me get out of here. But yeah, we're leaving Texas for Denver early in the morning. 75. Yeah, I don't really want my truck to do 75, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't have any problem with anyone doing 75. 65 is good enough for me. Every once in a while, I'll let it push to 70, 71 going down a mountain if I'm not too heavy and I can control it, you know. But 65 is plenty for me. Have they decided not to deal with Kenworth? I don't know if Junior or someone knows better. From what I've been told, and I don't know if this is true, Kenworth and Prime have had some strong disagreements over parts and service, and I'm not really sure but that's why we don't have Kenworths in our fleet, allegedly by someone who I think might have a good idea of that, but I don't know. So yeah, we don't have Kenworths in our fleet. There's third-party fleets that pull Prime freight that have Kenworths. JDQ, thank you, you too. Nomadic Brit, enjoyed your live today. Guys, go follow Nomadic Brit on YouTube. He misspoke today and said that in England they drive on the right side of the road, and that is not correct. In England, you drive on the wrong side of the road, also known as the left side of the road. In the United States, we drive literally on the right side of the road. But Nomadic Brit had a live today and we caught it, so go subscribe to his channel. Fun guy. Apparently they can have some error as long as it's slower. Okay. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I think the problem would be if the speedometer was not correct the other direction. There's a way you can get your truck ungoverned. Yeah, I don't need my truck ungoverned. Like I said, I'm happy with 65. Larry, yeah, your company releasing Kenworth won't allow Prime to castrate their trucks. It'll destroy their engines. Okay, well that could be too. That could be too. They drive on the left, we drive on what's left. Who came first, the British or the Americans? Okay, I'm not arguing that, but you have, well, this would be your left or my right, but this is my right hand, this is my left hand. If I drive on this side of the road, that is the right side of the road. So in America, we drive on the right side of the road. You said, Nomadic Brit, in your video that in England, you drive on the right side of the road. I know you were getting at, but I'm just messing with you, bro. happening. I met and talked with Chris Martin today. What a nice guy. Yeah, he was an amazing fleet manager. We do miss him. But Justin Mills, our fleet manager, is freaking awesome. So we lost a great fleet manager and have gained a great fleet manager. No harm, no foul. I want to say something nomadic, Britt, but I'm not gonna. I told you I would call you something in comments today.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Nomadic Brits, one of his one of his aliases is Sweetie. You have to go watch his full live from today to understand the context. I can take it. Hey, I'm a man of my word. I told you I would. That's funny. That's funny right there. Drive on the left side, but they drive right-hand driver cars. Yeah, no, I lived in New Zealand for a year. I'm very aware of. So when I went to New Zealand, I flew into Auckland and rented a car because I had to go find a place to live and all that. I was working there, and when I'm leaving the airport, I think it's called Sky Harbor Airport. I don't remember. Maybe not. Or is that the name of the casino? They have like a Space Needle type tower in Auckland. It might be called Sky Cities Casino. I don't remember. This is a long time ago. 2001. But anyway, I'm leaving the airport and the steering wheel's on the right side of the car. So I'll give them that. And for some, I'm trying to pay attention. We didn't really have like Google Maps and all that shit at the time. So I'm just trying to pay attention to figure out how to get out of this damn airport. And by instinct, I'm approaching this red light and I pull up to the right side of the curb and get ready to make a right-hand turn on a red light. Well, if you do that, you're going to turn into oncoming traffic, which I learned really fast not to do that. Let's see, here we go. That's what happens when the wrong person watches lives. Sweetie. Okay, well, I'm trying to imagine it with an English accent, British accent. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna get some sleep here and head out. I get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and go try to beat the line at Blue Beacon. Get this truck washed. Go get this load, and then get up to Denver and hopefully get a Kansas meat load to PA. That's what I'm hoping happens. Brett Ewan Estates across the pond. He drives here in the States. He married an American, I believe. Yeah, go check out his YouTube channel, Nomadic Brit. But yeah, he drives in the States. Good night. Talk to you later, Graboid. Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. As always, you guys have a great evening and a great weekend. If you're out there on the road, be safe, of course. Make good decisions. And as always, drive to thrive. Talk to you guys soon.